I'm not sure where that came from, but we're going to go ahead and get the Thursday, April 14, 2022 Town Council meeting going. It's exciting times. It's been 2 years since we had a council meeting in here. We all know what took place over the last 24 months, and it's exciting to be back. So we are just moving into hybrid. So we have a camera up, you have us online, plus we're live. So we will continue to adjust as needed. So if you're at home and you can't hear or something's not right, just let Dawn know. She's in charge. And then we will get it corrected. We want to make sure everybody can participate. That's the whole goal here. So we're going to start off. Well, I'll tell you what, let me read this. All agendas are subject to change up to and until the time of the meeting. This meeting, Town Council will proceed in a hybrid, in-person, and virtually as permitted under the Maryland Open Meetings Act. The public is invited and encouraged to attend the meeting in person or remotely by clicking on the Zoom link that was sent out to everybody. So we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, which is behind us. And I would like Bud to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation.
Thank you, sir. Roll call. Here.
Here.
Perfect timing. All right, I'm gonna drag my feet for 1 second. Let Mr. Dotson sit down. All right, let's move into the approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda as written, as presented?
So moved.
We have first, we have Mickey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Paul, second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Perfect. Minutes from the March 10th, 2022 Town Council meeting. Motion to approve the minutes from the March 10th Town Council meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mickey, can I have a second?
Second.
Lauren, any discussion? All in favor by signifying aye.
Aye.
All right. Minutes from the April 7th, 2022 work session. Motion to approve the minutes from the April 7th work session. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor by signifying aye.
Aye.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna move right into the fun stuff. Our one scheduled appointment for tonight is recognizing someone, and you know, over the last 2 years, we've done this, but it's been online, it's been virtual. This is our first one back, and this person is very special to me, to the town, and to all staff members. We're gonna have a little presentation on the board, but we want to recognize Bud Hunt for 10 years of employment with the town of North Beach. Let's see what we have here. So Dawn's going to take over that, take a look at the screen in-house and also online. Yes, we recognized Bud at our staff meeting. We gave him an appreciation letter, a pin, and some other goodies. If you go to the waterfront, you cannot miss Bud. There's a photo on here. Look how, yeah. Look at that young buck. Be nice, Joe. Yes. Oh. Oh, Teresa. Who's that on the left? I know.
If only I had that body.
Look at that one on the right. If we have somebody else to introduce later, I'll do it later. But one thing, if you ever go down to the waterfront, just stand out front. There's a crew of senior gentlemen that like to sit there and mess with us. But every single person, when Bud wasn't around, would come up to me, "What's up with Bud? Where's Bud? Where's Bud? Where's Bud? Where's Bud?" I mean, every single person. And that's not just the ones with the doggies. It was every person. I mean, I know we give out bones, but it's not that. There's more to it. So, Bud, I cannot thank you enough for your 10 years. I know there's some changes going on, and we'll talk about that another day. But I want to appreciate and thank you so much for your hard work. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Second. Next up in line is about our amazing library. It's been in the making for, oh no, Lynn, was it back when you were on the board? When is it on Chesapeake Avenue? Exactly. Well, guess what? Groundbreaking's coming up. So I'm excited to have, there you go. We're the library, who's on from the library? I know CJ. Oh, Carrie. Yep, Carrie.
CJ couldn't make it this evening, but I'm here. Carrie Wilson, Executive Director of the library.
Absolutely. I'm sure you will have all the answers if we have any. So I'd like to turn it over to you, Carrie. You can tell us what's going on, tell us the next step and some basic timelines. That would be wonderful.
You bet. So the way county government works, they need to have all of the funding available kind of in the bank in order to award a bid. So on April 26th, which is the Board of County Commissioners' next meeting, they will have a budget adjustment on their agenda to basically to forward fund about $6.5 million in order to put all of the funding needed for the new Twin Beaches Library into the FY23 budget. So it's just moving money between projects and providing some county money in place of the state grant that is in the governor's FY23 budget. So that's going to happen early in the agenda on the 26th. And if the commissioners vote yes to that, later in the agenda on the 26th will be the bid award. So that's a very exciting. If all of that happens, as I hope it will, that means we will have a groundbreaking on May 24th at 2 o'clock at 9101 Bay Avenue. So that's the big exciting next step is ceremonial dirt being moved at the site. And then the construction company can get started. It'll take if the bid award happens on the 26th, it takes about 2 weeks for the construction company to get bonded and get their certificate of insurance in place. And then the county attorney has a couple weeks to review that. So that's where we get to the May 24th date. And then they can get started. So I don't think it's a secret that Scheibel is the low bidder. I believe that's public record. They are a local Huntingtown company and have a lot of experience building libraries and public facilities. I believe the building you're sitting in was built by them, yes?
Yes, that's correct. They did a lot of schools in the area. Big.
Yep.
large for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So the first several months of the project are going to be very unexciting. It's going to be putting in the 100+ pilings. So it's going to be really boring and look like nothing's happening for the first several months of the project. But that's first steps. So I can't hear anyone who's not mic'd to ask a question. So if there are any questions, just do me a favor and repeat them.
Absolutely. Well, you're out in the audience. You have any questions for about the library?
Just one question. What is the anticipated opening date if everything?
What is the anticipated opening date if all goes well? Stars line up, perfect world.
Right. January 2024. And I think
Council-
that's building in some time for things to not be perfect, but
Council, do y'all have any questions at all pertaining to the library? Nope. Nope. Well, Carrie, obviously, we would love to have you back again as we continue to move forward.
absolutely.
We look forward to the groundbreaking. I know it's been talked about for years now,
Yeah,
many, many years.
many,
So
many years.
thank you for your hard work. I think it should be amazing. I was actually able to go to the Boys and Girls Club the other day and speak with the kids.
Okay.
And even those, they were excited about the library coming up. I can't tell you how many parents have come up to me and said, this is wonderful. We can walk to a library.
Yeah.
So I look forward to the completion of the project.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. So good.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, next on the agenda is a public safety report. It's in the board docs online for those who did not, but we also have a deputy. If you have any questions for him, the report is in the agenda, but also on board docs. Who do we have? Is that Schroeder? All right. I just saw him. I don't have any questions. Obviously, the weather's getting warm, so things will start to, if yesterday was a sign of what's to come, we're about to have a lot of people here because the beaches were packed yesterday. So that's exciting, but also challenges come with that. So anything you'd like to pass on about the report or anything you need from us?
Nope, everything's running smooth. Hopefully everything continues to go smooth.
Fantastic. Any questions for the deputy? All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Next is a report. We're going to start with the treasurer. Joe's report is in your package, but also online.
Yes.
So Joe, what would you like to pass on?
See the beginning balance and then the ending balance. You want me to read all the numbers in between like I normally do? Is that necessary?
No, we have it. Just what would you like to pass on from the report, or what good news or what good?
The greatest news is the ARP capital funds, which are reflected for that's $1,004,617. And then there is, we received most of our bulk of our revenue 9 months into the fiscal year. That's identified here, so exciting times.
The town looks good. Thank you. And obviously the ARPA money will be a discussion soon as we continue to get through the budget cycle. Any questions to Joe from council? No, thank you, Joe. DPW, I know you're busy with all kinds of moving parts.
We definitely are busy with all kind of moving parts, and the new crew is catching on. They're coming up to speed, and actually, we had one leave. I think the council knows we did have one of the three that did find another job and left, but we did hire another person, and they're supposed to start the 25th, I believe. So that person has been replaced, and hopefully we'll pick up and keep rolling. But I'd just like to give the council a quick update. We've been working on a project, it feels like 10 years to me also, but it hadn't been that long really, but the compound flood action plan, which later on in the agenda, we introduced it at the work session last week. But we have, we went through, we had 3 contractors put in proposals for that. We're in the phase tonight, if we do approve that, where we should have a pre-construction type meeting in a couple weeks after the contracts, just like the library there, after contracts are reviewed, signed, and sent back. So I'm really looking forward to that. The reason I like to bring it up is we spent a lot of time, the flood committee spent countless hours with volunteers and members. I know Councilwoman Cavler spent many a day helping me out. But we took 2 or 3 years, and we're finally getting this thing to almost, it's going to come, it's going to happen. So we got the grant money in the bank. That's been sitting there for a while. But looking forward to kicking that off and getting started. And that will be we do have a couple of public meetings for the public to come and put their input in. That's one of the things we'll go over the first couple of meetings we have with the contractor. And just really looking forward to it, having them come down, look around, put their eyes on everything we have and see what we can do to alleviate and help solve some of the flooding issues in town. So this project's been waiting on for a while. And also with that, we plan on getting a good comprehensive list together of projects. We don't have a number yet. After they walk around town and look, we'll come up with a good list though. And then we look forward to using that list to go out for additional grants in the future to address those issues.
We're going to be voting on that shortly, but please understand the importance of this grant. When this council took over, one of the biggest challenges we had was to get grants. So you had to have a plan. To have a plan, you had to spend $75,000 to $100,000. So after a lot of hard work, we were able to obtain the grant to get the plan, and it's been 3 years. So once we have this plan in place, we'll take this plan, and then when we go to get the grants and the money and the funding, we have the plan. It's really going to open up a lot of doors for us. And I know these two have worked hard on this. So when we get to that point, we'll go to a little bit more discussion, but and also DB, I appreciate your hard work with everything, especially with you. You lost 3 staff members, you gained 3, you lost another one, you got a new one, and they're all leaving for good reasons, folks. Nobody's running out of town. They're younger and they just had opportunities in other locales to be able to do it. So thank you so much for that. Be prepared to talk in a minute.
Thank you. I like a challenge. You know that.
Any questions for DB Public Works before we move on? All right. Is Rick online?
No, Rick's not joining us
All
tonight.
right. His report is in the board docs. Also, you have it in your attachment. Community conservation, is Lisa on here? I see Lisa.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good evening. Can
We
you hear?
are.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay. Community conservation has exciting news. I know you guys think this is silly, but we had bluebirds nesting in one of the boxes that we put up at Wetlands Overlook Park. Yay! And we have a new Purple Martin house put up by Department of Public Works and paid for by the North Beach House and Garden Club. So hopefully we'll get purple martins. Those mosquito-eating swallows will move in. So that's exciting. And on the 23rd of April, we will be having an Earth Day celebration at Wetlands Overlook Park. And I hope that all the residents will come out to it.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Sounds like you have a bird in your house eating.
I do have a cockatoo, and it only likes to talk when I'm on Zoom meetings.
That's funny. Sounds like a kid. Any questions for Lisa? Nope. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. All right. Let's move into the next section, public comments. The town of North Beach welcomes public comment. Public comments will be taken in the chat box or during Zoom or live. Please state your name, your address, and prior to your comment, and you have 3 minutes. Welcome, Lynn.
I wondered how many people petition with others, a petition. This who supports signed it. But what's even more interesting. We're talking about bringing in communities together. So understand everybody in the town. Farmers goods, and things like that. There is a lot of interest. I know that COVID stopped everything. Get this back. These are 3 or 4 comments in.
Right.
It was very successful. All of us.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Do we have anyone online that has put comments in?
No, I said to enter name and address and I haven't gotten anyone.
All right, if we see something pop up, we can come back to it. Let's move right to business items.
You skipped past me.
Oh, I apologize. I absolutely did. I
Everyone has my
apologize.
report,
And you know what? I skipped by past waterfront too, so I apologize.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I mean, of course, the staff, we're all working together, get ready for the season, events, the waterfront and everything. But I wanted to mention the KFC challenge that the Ladies of Charity, they're participating in that to try to win some more money to go towards their new food pantry. And tonight at midnight is the cutoff. So if you guys get a chance, the link's on our website in the news. You can click on there and vote for them. Hopefully they'll get some more money for their building.
Thank you.
Yep.
I apologize.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
And, you know, I was so focused on recognizing Bud, I didn't get him a chance to speak. Bud, well, might as well just go ahead and move right into it. Bud it will be moving to part-time soon. And we have Phil next to him who will be taking Bud's spot as manager of the waterfront. So tonight was about recognition, but also we'd like to introduce Phil Ashworth to everybody. Please get down to the waterfront. Please talk to him. Please meet with him. He comes with a wealth of knowledge when it comes to kind of our world on the waterfront, the 135 days of guests coming into our town. As you know, we bring in 70,000+ people to our town during the beach season. So I think he's up for it. But would you like to pass on anything? And Phil, would you like to say anything? Not to put you on a.
Only thing I would pass on, we've been at work, trying to get ready for the season. Phil's been working on interviews. What I've learned from Phil in the little bit of time I've been with him, so different. Come up with what he was doing and what he's gonna be doing all over the world.
Well, good.
I think he'll be a winner for the town.
Well, thank you, Bud. Well, good. Not to throw you out there if you like to say a couple words. If not, don't worry. We have many meetings that you're going to have to speak at. So. Thank you. We look forward to working with you. Any questions for Bud or for Dawn? Trust me, Dawn could have spoke all night for all the things she has going on right now. All right. Thank you so much. And again, I apologize. You guys. Sorry about that. Let's move right into business items. I think. Just want to make sure. Yes, business items. We're going to award the contract for the North Beach Flood Compound Action Plan. So I'm going to make the motion, then we can go into discussion for any questions. Motion to award the Compound Flood Action Plan contract to Bayland Consultant and Designers, Inc. of Hanover, Maryland, for the sum of $68,500. Can we have a motion to approve?
Moved.
Well, we're going to discuss it. Now go to discussion, right? Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm sorry, Mickey. Go ahead. I
That's
apologize.
okay. Honestly, I was surprised Lauren didn't make the motion.
There you go.
So to officially do it by the books.
Thank you.
I move to award the contract to Bayland Consultant and Designers, Inc. of Hanover to the bid price of $68.5K to complete the work for the stormwater and flood mitigation plan, right?
Yes.
Close enough.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second and now discussion. Remember, this is a grant coming from, and Lauren and you.
It's coming from DNR. It's approximately 75,000, so we have a little wiggle room here. So the committee looked at the three bidders in great detail, and this is in Donnie's report and in this, and on the documents on board docs here, but there's a couple of things I just want to highlight about this particular company, what I really liked about it. First of all, it's not just an environmental planning firm, it's also an engineering firm, which means they have engineers on staff. They have a chemical engineer, physical engineer, and mechanical engineer, which will help greatly with pump systems. Some of the other bidders that we looked at didn't have this kind of engineering depth that this company had. It also, the other thing we liked about this company was that they have certain field equipment, earth moving equipment, drones, they have all types of equipment that they own. They don't have to rent it. So they're not renting equipment. They're not subcontracting out for a mechanical engineer. Everything from what we read seems to be in-house. And that's something that really drew us to this particular company. And I think it's also why they were able to come in with a low bid of 68,000. We had another bidder come in at 90,000 and one at, I can't remember, somewhere in between there, 70, right? They also did the flood action plan for Crisfield. And Crisfield is implementing this plan. They've also done plans for other Bay towns. And it's not just a plan, but the towns are implementing the plans, which also shows us that these plans are good. And then the final point I want to make is that, Joe, I think you'll like this. They have grant administration experience and they have a lot of experience working with DNR. So I think that will help us. And I think those are kind of the main points. Oh, one more point. So they do have experience working with, stormwater systems. And a lot of companies do, with retrofitting the pumps or the sewer systems or whatever to get water out more quickly. But this company also has experience working with or dealing with addressing coastal flood and shoreline protection issues. So that's the jetties and the riprap and making those more robust. And they actually, I think, they were the contractor that did the work in Rosehaven. And this is something that we've been looking at is, bulking up our the jetties and the revetments, similar to what Rosehaven did. So those are the main points. I don't know, Donnie, if you have anything. Yes, implementable solutions. That was something when we were checking the references, that was a question that those members of the committee who called the references, that was a question they asked.
All right, any discussion? We have a motion, we have a second, we have discussions on the floor. Any other discussion? All right, so all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. 4. 2 no votes, as in abstain or weren't here to vote. Thank you. Excited. I tell you, just knowing how much these guys have gone through for 3 years to get to this point, I'm waiting for confetti or something to fall down or something. I mean, you don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do, but going someplace and asking for money and say, well, you have a plan? You have a plan? You have a plan? Well, we're about to have a plan and they're going to start. It's not just the waterfront. It's green. I mean, it's the whole town. It's huge. Maybe I'm too excited.
No, I mean, I feel like it's Miller time myself, but that is a really important point. And I know that there's been criticisms in the past about we just focusing on the waterfront, and in this plan, we're not. And we've just developed the maps that will tell this company, what areas to focus on. And it goes from the waterfront, up to, pretty much all areas of the town that are near marshes or have any kind of, possibility of flooding. And from, not just from coastal, from the bay, but from rainwater as well.
All right, we'll move on. We'll
I
get
could talk
excited
about
later.
it all
I know
day.
you could.
Sorry. Okay, moving on.
All right, I'm going to, we're going to the mayor report. So, we've had a lot of changes over the last couple of years. A lot of individuals that have been with us a long time have retired. We have a lot of new faces. We have new council members. Town has gone through a lot, and I cannot thank staff and council enough that every time we got hit with something, we were able to pivot and get through it. The town has never looked better financially, but physically. I mean, if you go out there and look, we don't have the challenges that so many towns have. Myself and Councilmember Dotson both are very involved in Maryland MML. And when we talk to other municipalities, it's almost like we're like, well, we really can't join in on this conversation because we're very blessed between the residents, between the elected, the staff. I really believe we're in a good place. So we just got to keep doing it. We have a lot of events coming up. We have a calendar full of events, exciting events. We're excited about that. The beach season is about to open. Welcome, Phil. Welcome to the beach season. And we have our MML conference coming up. I was just at the mayor's conference. I was able to network with 60 different mayors. I took just a massive amount of notes, and it was good to throw off ideas with these mayors. And I cannot tell you how proud I am to stick my chest out when I'm with the other mayors and how great staff is and the residents. And it's crazy when you hear about other municipalities, what they're going through. And I wish them all the best, but we're very, very blessed where we are. So thank you. Thank the residents, thank staff, thank council for your support this year, for the last 2 years, last 3 years, as we wind down the end of this term. So I really appreciate all your hard work. I'd like to start off with Mickey. Dad, also known as Dad.
Thank Lynn for coming out. Phil, pleasure to meet you. And for everybody else tuning in, thank you all for coming and staying with us. And we'll see everybody next time.
Yes, good to see someone here in the audience. Nice to see you and meet you, Lynn. I think you were on last time though. Nice to meet you, Phil. I met you a few days ago. I just have just one more flood related item. So Lisa did mention the Earth Day event that the town is holding on April 23rd. We will have the flood committee members will be there. We're pulling together a bunch of materials and handouts, and there will be staff there, flood committee volunteers to answer any flood related questions. So I just wanted to highlight that. But other than that, I don't have anything else. And see you around town.
Now, all right, well, let's go to Elon over here, also known as Council Member Troncone.
It's great to actually see people in person. Welcome back, everybody. And Bud, thank you for your 10 years of service and your continued service to the town. The waterfront is just fabulous, right? I mean, you go down there, it's spotless, and you do a great job. And Phil, welcome to the team.
Thank you. Councilman Dotson.
Bud Hunt. Time flies, man. Congratulations. And Phil, welcome to the team. Look forward to seeing you down there, making stuff happen. And yeah, I heard he met Max. And just to back up, the mayor mentioned the Maryland Municipal League. For y'all that don't know, on Monday, after about a long session, the House unanimously passed House Bill 1187. So the numbers that I mentioned to you last meeting, gonna be getting some money. So
HURs.
yeah, our user revenue. So we're in a good place right now. So for the next few years, things will be looking up for us. So, and thank you, Lynn, for coming, and thank you for you all that are out there on Zoom as well. Be safe.
I would like to add one thing. Greg is on the legislative committee. It's one committee I never really want to be on. I think he probably had a couple hundred hours worth of meetings. How many bills did y'all preview?
Answer that.
I mean, it's just endless.
Few hundred. That's a lot.
Few hundred. So HURs is a big deal for all municipalities, even with the new electric car situation going on. The governor, the legislators, and MML fought hard to get what we deserve. And I'd like to introduce, though, to my right here is our town attorney, Alyssa, and she's gone through some exciting times. When we hired Alyssa, she was with a firm, and she has now branched off on her ownish.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So I cannot thank Alyssa enough. I can't tell you how many phone calls we have, or emails, or text messages on weird days, weird times. And she's always there. So I appreciate your hard work, and thank you for coming tonight for our welcome back.
My pleasure. It's lovely to be here and see everybody again.
Good, good, good.
And I'll probably send Karen to
Wonderful. We look forward to seeing her again. All right. Well, thank you, council. Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So move second.
Second?
Second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you.
Bye,